This is Bob. Tonight, Bob made a decision. Bob is done with sleeping. Think about it. We spend a third of our lives unconscious. That's 25 years of just lying there. Bob wants those years back, so Bob is going to stay awake forever. What could possibly go wrong? Let's find out, hour by hour, day by day, until the very end. Hour 0. Bob is confident. Bob has energy drinks, a playlist, and absolutely no idea what he just signed up for. Hour 16. Nothing special. This is a normal day for most people. Bob feels great. Bob is winning. Bob has already texted 3 people about how he doesn't need sleep. Hour 24. 1 full day awake, and here's where the first cracks appear. Bob's reaction time is now similar to someone who is legally drunk. His brain is slower, his decisions are worse, and his patience is gone. Studies have shown that after 24 hours without sleep, you perform like you have alcohol in your blood. Hour 36. Bob's body is now fighting back. His brain starts releasing stress hormones to keep him running, basically switching to emergency power. His heart beats faster, his blood pressure rises, he's cold, then hot, then cold again. And food. Bob is suddenly starving. When you don't sleep, the hormone that says you're full drops, and the hormone that screams eat goes through the roof. Bob has eaten an entire family-sized pizza. Bob is still hungry. Bob doesn't know why. Hour 48. 2 days, and now Bob's brain does something terrifying without asking for permission, microsleeps. For 2, maybe 10 seconds at a time, Bob's brain simply shuts off. Mid-conversation, mid-step, eyes open. Bob doesn't even notice it's happening. His brain has stopped negotiating and started taking what it needs by force. This, by the way, is what makes drowsy driving so deadly. You can fall asleep for 5 seconds at full speed and never know it happened. Hour 72. 3 days awake, and the hallucinations begin. Bob sees a shadow move in the corner. There is no shadow. Bob hears his phone ring. It didn't. Bob has a full conversation with his jacket hanging on the door because his brain briefly decided the jacket was a person. Here's what's happening. Your brain uses sleep, especially dream sleep, to sort reality from noise. Take that away, and the dreams don't disappear. They start leaking into the waking world. Bob is now essentially dreaming with his eyes open. Day 4. Bob's brain is running on fumes, and his emotions are completely unfiltered. He cried because his toast fell. He got furious at a chair. He laughed for 4 minutes at the word spoon. The part of his brain that manages emotions is offline, and the part that panics is running the show. Bob's family is concerned. Bob insists he's totally fine. Day 5. Paranoia sets in. Bob is now convinced the neighbor's cat is monitoring him. In severe sleep deprivation, the brain starts connecting dots that don't exist, patterns, threats, conspiracies. Day 7. 1 week. Bob's body is now visibly breaking down. His immune system has crashed. A single sneeze from a stranger would take him out. His hands tremble. His speech is slurred. His short-term memory is so broken that he starts sentences and forgets. What was I saying? Exactly, that. Day 11. 264 hours. This is the real-world record. In 1964, a 17-year-old student named Randy Gardner stayed awake for 11 days straight for a school science project, while researchers monitored him. By the end, he couldn't do simple math, forgot what he was doing mid-sentence, and was hallucinating regularly. And here's the wild part. Afterwards, he slept for about 14 hours and was mostly fine. Bob, however, is past day 11. So, what happens if you just keep going? Nobody knows exactly where the absolute limit is for humans because no one has been allowed to find out. The conclusion is uncomfortable but simple. Sleep isn't a feature you can disable. It's a system requirement. Because here's what Bob never understood. Sleep isn't doing nothing. While you're asleep, Your brain runs a cleaning program, flushing out waste chemicals that build up during the day, including the ones linked to memory loss. It files your memories, repairs your muscles, resets your hormones, and patches your immune system. So, Bob gave up. On day 12, Bob's roommates found him asleep standing up, face against the fridge, holding a slice of pizza like a phone. Bob slept for 16 hours. Bob woke up. And honestly, Bob felt incredible, because that's the anticlimactic magic of sleep. After everything, the hallucinations, the toaster conversations, the cat conspiracy, a few long nights of rest, and the human body just quietly fixes itself. So tonight, when you're lying in bed at 2 a.m., scrolling, telling yourself 5 more minutes, remember Bob and go to sleep. Your brain has cleaning to do. If you want to see what other terrible decisions Bob can survive, subscribe and comment what Bob should try next. He can't say no. He's fictional.